Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by dot, 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 dot. I'm a fish out of water, dot.
I am deadpan and humorous at the same time. Laugh at me.
I'm an Oscar winner. Oh wait, I was only nominated. So, we just got back from watching Sonic 2, and it's your boy, yay, it's your boy James Sullivan, aka Jaime Tude. This is the lovely owl lady, Miss Amanda.
Hello.
Today. So yeah, we might do more of these sort of off-the-cuff reviews in the future. Mind you, this is not biting off of Morgan and Megan's territory here. We just wanted to do this. But
Because it's Sonic, and I mean, he spiked his hair to where it's like not moving now because of it.
we were gonna. Oh yeah, we got decked out. We've been planning this for how long now?
At least over a year.
Mm-hmm.
We were planning on doing this like when they first announced that it was going to be. Oh, when their initial release date was like back in February around Valentine's Day again.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved it to March, and then they moved it to April. So we've been planning it since it was like slated February for a release.
Yes. And that kept pushed back, and we won't discuss why. But anyway, it gave us time to make plans.
Yeah, not only that, but I think pushing it back kind of helped with the quality.
It really did. I mean,
No, that actually was a good sequel.
oh yeah, the nothing felt rushed about it. I mean, yeah, the first movie it was good, but you could sort of tell with some of the visual effects stuff. It was especially with Sonic's fur rendering and design, it looked a little bit unnecessarily matted. Kind of like my hair right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it all comes back together.
Yep.
And in this one, it felt like, okay, so they had a little more time to spit polish with the effects here. Everything, the fur rendering looks clean. It looks crisp, and it looks like it's interacting with the elements around it, which is really when you're a visual effects person, that's what you have to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And they spend a lot of time on that. But regardless, yeah, we decided. We were planning ahead so far. I think it was you that decided to go and said, "Oh yes, wouldn't it be cute if we went in costume?"
Yeah, I initiated that. We didn't go full cosplay, like with hedgehog quills or fox ears and tails or anything, but we went color coordinated. He went in his getup here, in blue and his red shoes. I went in Tails' colors, yellow shirt, yellow pants, and pigtails.
Mm-hmm.
Or two little mini ponytails.
She had pigtails.
Pigtails, yes. I had to look out for the Grand Witch.
And yes, I still got these Etsy Sonic shoes.
Sonic?
Yes.
It's kind of funny because we both had the same shoes on, and all night everybody was just like, "Nice shoes. Where did you get them?" And I'm just like, "He got them for me." He's like, Etsy.
Etsy. Where you get all the good stuff, including wedding rings, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, regardless, yeah, I noticed because that was one of my big complaints with the first movie was that you had a hit movie, but you botched it on the merchandise. 6 Ways to Sunday. Now with this movie, not only do we get stuffed animals and everything, but they have the shoes for sale, and they look like this. I've seen them, but they will charge you $108 for a pair of shoes. I got these for $45, and then there was that whole There was that whole rip-off website scenario
Yes.
as well, where they...
I have 2 pairs of those shoes, and they are as they are, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we so yeah, we get to the theater. We're the only ones. We're the only ones in costume, but we did have a great theater experience. We had one of those. It was Friday night. You know, families were coming in with their kids and whatnot, and they were all enjoying it. There was a little girl sitting in front of us who had her Tails doll, and she was waving it around at the end of the movie during the credits and whatnot.
Yeah, she was super excited. Either that or hopped up on sugar because she was bouncing in that chair.
Oh yeah. And we were just psyched up on the action.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go ahead and I don't know. Should we tell any other stories? Oh yeah. Swag.
So at the theater that we were at, they weren't giving away those commemorative like drinking cups with like little Sonic or Tails figures on the top. Instead, they had merchandise. They had a free poster that they were giving out, a little mini poster.
Yay!
And they also had T-shirts there for sale. They only had like 2. I don't know if they had other sizes there, but when we came out, they only had 2 sizes, a large and an extra large. And this was the design on the front.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, hon. There you go. Yeah, that's yeah.
Get the tag out of there.
Get this a little bit more presentable. There we go.
Get the tag out of there.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
They did. Yeah, it looks like they did this exclusively for my local theater. So, and that was a good theater. I hadn't been there in forever, and I'd forgotten they had these luxury recliner seats.
Yeah, that was the major selling point. Not only on their website, but also the main reason we picked them is because they had the plush recliner seats that a lot of AMC theaters tended to adopt over time.
And I didn't figure out how to recline until we left the theater.
When somebody left theirs reclined.
Mm-hmm.
And left a mess of popcorn and trash.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, people, if you're going to go to the movie theater, at least pick up after yourself.
Yep. Well, I was the only. Well, yeah, we were the only ones crazy enough to dress up. I initially was gonna dye this. You remember?
Yeah.
We nixed that idea quick.
Well, I told him not to do it because I'm like, if you want like an actual royal blue like this to show up, he was gonna need to dye his hair, like bleach it, in order to get it. And I'm just like, no, don't do that.
No. Yeah, and then I realized, I remembered after that, I had some coworkers who had dyed their hair for the first time, and how they looked afterward, it was gnarly. Yeah, I just went with the whole tub of hair product. This stuff is, what was left of it. I had half a tub of this stuff lying around for years that I think my brother bought it. I just sort of inherited it, but I never used it. And so I was waiting for the right occasion, I guess. Thanks, John.
And there you go.
It won't move.
His hair is as solid as a rock now.
And
he can headbutt walls.
And now I look like, thanks Morgan for pointing this out, I look like Dennis Hopper Koopa.
Funnily enough, that's when I first saw him, that's immediately what I thought of. It's just like, oh my god, you look like Bowser from that live action Mario movie.
Yeah, so the one that everybody hates, but I write off as a guilty pleasure. Yeah.
It's a fun, campy movie.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they were doing, but they still tried.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and John Leguizamo got Bob Hoskins drunk on set, so they were having fun.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the movie itself now.
The movie.
Yeah.
The thing we went to see.
I'll let you go first, hon. What were your thoughts on it?
It was a roller coaster ride. This was definitely more geared towards the actual video game, because in the first one, the human actors played a much bigger role in this, including Carrie, and here it just seemed like they were more focused on like Sonic and Tails and Knuckles more so than anything else. I mean, Robotnik did have a bigger role to play in this one, but it just seemed like Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady, and even their dog was like more background characters than this one.
Yeah, they cut. This is the one where this is the one movie where I get to be able to say, oh yeah, it's in a sense it's kind of Empire Strikes Back, Terminator 2 entry, in which the fan base will look back and say, yes, that was so much better than the first one. Which is not to say the first one was bad. It wasn't. It wasn't. We loved it. We enjoyed it. We both have it on separate Blu-ray sets, and we're definitely getting this on Steelbook. Steelbook.
That's why.
Hey, I get first access. I'm at Target.
For how much longer though?
No. We'll see. But yeah, this was the one movie where where the production team probably said, you know what? You want the games. You got the games.
We'll give you the games.
We'll give you something that's more like the games, and it's kind of like with that. They kind of did the same thing with that godforsaken live-action Ninja Turtles second Michael Bay movie, where it's like, oh yeah, you want Bebop and Rocksteady here? Yeah, we'll have them here, but they're comparing their dicks.
Yay!
This is the movie that did it. This is the movie that took what the fan base wanted and did it right.
It's an actual good video game movie, honey.
An actual good video game movie. And the Royal Tomato, whose opinion I no longer I haven't trusted for years, even agrees with me. Yes, that online collective of critical snobs that worships a vegetable. Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah. On their side, it was this one is scoring 67% now, but the audience score is up at 98%, and for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
You have a movie that explores. You have a movie that explores more and more of the universe that was being set up in the first film, and we're going to get to a certain point in here where we are going to talk about spoilers and what we think about where they should go with the next movie.
Don't worry, we'll have a highlight that says spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
Click off if you don't want to be spoiled.
Yay.
Yay.
But they did a good job introducing. They did a good job introducing Tails as a character in this film. They had to slightly retcon a few scenes from that post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, now he's got a backpack and actual hair.
He's got a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
He accessorized.
Exactly. He's showing off his gadgets and whatnot. He's got to have a purpose in this film, and they do explain that. Although I kind of expected a little bit. I kind of expected a little bit more of an emotional bonding with the two of them, but I did.
I don't know. That little bonding scene they had in the bar was pretty neat.
That was nice. That was nice right there.
It was cute.
Oh yeah, that.
It was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
It got an all out of me.
Oh yeah, it got the Oz.
Oh.
Yeah, this one thing this movie really does succeed in doing is giving you more of what you liked from even from the first movie. I was hoping that they would. I was hoping that they would put a cap on everything with involving Longclaw.
Yeah. I'm glad they did put the Hooter lady back in.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice little cameo, and it kind of solidified what Sonic said in the beginning of the first movie, where she was basically like Obi-Wan if he had a beak and ate mice. And I mean, they went with the whole projection and exposition. It's just like, oh look, here's the plot in hologram form.
Yeah, here she is. You got your cameo back. Oh, I've had this map all along, but I just forgot to tap my glove on this right part. That was the only part where I just said, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
But then when the scene played out, I was like, "Okay, I'll let you pass. I'll let you pass." It was
adorable.
It was a good little plot convenience.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't know why the Hooters were pissed off at the Echidnas though.
oh, they were both. Yeah, they do set up this whole alien versus predator type of mythology between them, where they're both these warring factions with each other going on over centuries and generations. Only here they're all battling over the location of the Master Emerald. Yes, we have the Master Emerald in here. And yes, we do have the Chaos Emeralds. Sort of. But,
sort of. And they're tiny.
Mm-hmm, they're like ring pops.
Mm-hmm. Seriously though, they were very tiny in this movie. I was surprised at how tiny they were.
Mm-hmm. So...
even the Master Emerald was tiny. Like in the games, the Master Emerald's made out to be this huge chunk of gemstone that's like as big as Knuckles, and the Master Emerald in this one was like really small.
It was yeah. Would you say it's about this size?
Kind of. It was like...
Yes, I have a Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, he's got a gem paperweight. But yeah, it was... I would go as far to say, yeah, it was pretty much this size.
Mm-hmm.
It was tiny. And then just imagine this, like a 16th of this, and you got the size of the Chaos Emeralds they had.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, no wonder they lost them. They're so dang tiny, and everybody else is so dang big.
But yeah. So that's the deal here. They do a good job setting up the plot with getting Dr. Robotnik back to Earth. That was a crucial thing.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm still wondering how he came up with wires on a mushroom planet.
Well, he just took them out of his crashed jet.
Ah, good point.
Yeah, he sourced all of it because it was obviously useless. So he made a little. It was kind of funny. He made this little. What the heck are the names of those? They're like a Rube Goldberg machine, just to make mushroom coffee.
In the morning, and it involves a little Sonic falling on spikes.
Mm-hmm. And being crushed by a Robotnik rock.
Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yeah, they always did put the spikes right off camera so you would run into them, didn't they?
Or fall into them mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
It was cute though.
So Knuckles is introduced here. I was a bit iffy on Idris Elba's performance. I don't know. What did you think?
I thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of disappointed they didn't even just crack a "I know the way" joke. I mean, they had They had Idris Elba's like deep baritone voice, like just playing Knuckles, and it's like there was a huge missed opportunity, but also there was another missed opportunity, one that you were hoping for and didn't see.
I was hoping for I was hoping for Jim Carrey's Eggman to be saying to use the infamous line "snooping as usual." I see.
Yep.
Spoiler alert: doesn't happen,
Doesn't happen.
but there's plenty of other goodies in there for you.
Yep.
Including we can sort of mention this in a spoilery way. Yes, he does create the egg robo.
Well, the egg robo was kind of in the trailer, so yeah, egg robo is created, and it kind of gave an interesting perspective on how it could have essentially been done.
Yeah. So yeah, we got we have a lot of great character establishment with our animal characters. One of the best scenes in the movie, and if you watch the Kid Cudi music video, there for this they did highlight a little bit of this, but there is a dance off in the movie. I could not believe that this is what the world needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd heard of this before watching the movie. I can confirm, yes, Sonic and Tails, while in a Siberian bar.
They brought the bar motif back.
Mm-hmm, they brought the bar motif, only instead of a fight breaking out, this time it's a dance-off.
Mm-hmm.
These other guys start doing their leg kicking variation of the Mamushka, and Sonic and Tails bust out Uptown Funk, and it is
because of course Sonic needs a cell phone.
Yeah, all teenagers, you know. But yes, it was a scene that you didn't. It was one of those things where you say, "I didn't know I needed this." It's like a fan envy, only if it was made legit.
Mm-hmm. But no, that was an adorable bonding scene. I think it was a better bonding scene than what the character that plays Donut Lord, his bonding moments with Sonic in the first movie. That one scene where with Sonic and Tails' bonding was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And even the scene with Sonic and Knuckles kind of bonding a little bit there, that was pretty adorable too.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that not in spoiler territory.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think overall, what would you rate this movie?
Out of what?
Out of anything. Whatever rating you want to give it.
Well, I guess I'll just go with the standard, like out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It was a really good movie, and it was more entertaining. I think more action packed than the first one.
Oh yeah.
The first one, it just seemed like a buddy road trip movie, and that was just like on the search for Sonic's rings. This one is just like the search for the Chaos Emeralds, and it had a great dichotomy between the team of Sonic and Tails versus Knuckles and Robotnik.
Yes.
All searching for the magic MacGuffin that will show them the way to Angel Island and the Master Emerald.
Yes.
So Knuckles found the way after all.
Yay!
And it came with a little gyro sphere.
And two bagels.
Yeah, and a display bagel.
Mm-hmm.
In the Mean Bean Machine coffee.
Yeah, that was a nice touch right there in Mean Bean Coffee Shop.
It works.
Yeah, this I will give this because it goes on beyond on beyond the Call of Duty, even for a sequel. The first movie I did think it did better with the emotional moments. This movie does what it needs to there, and it does succeed where it needs to.
I don't think they did the emotional scenes better in the first one. I just think there was a lot more emotion in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot in general. This was just like emotion times two.
Everything that happened here, oh yeah, everything that happened here, it was just it was it was squeak. It was a squeak.
It was a squeak.
It was upping the ante every which way that it could, and for that I'm gonna give my rating for this a butts and seats. In other words, get your butt in the seat of your local movie theater.
Go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie. It's a good time. Take your kids, take your friends, take everybody to see it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good little 2-hour outing.
Yeah, 2 hours. That was the amazing thing. It's like you can make a 2-hour movie out of this, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And they did.
So that's the end of our non-spoilery territory. Let's go ahead and launch into spoilers.
So if you haven't seen the movie and for some reason you hate spoilers, click off now.
And please give us a thumbs up.
Because YouTube algorithm and junk.
Yeah. So spoiler alert. Several weeks ago, there was a deal in which I don't know if you heard about this, hon, but somebody leaked a McDonald's toy.
Yes, I did hear about this, and it was of a certain yellow hedgehog.
Mm-hmm. I didn't dare look up the video. I didn't dare investigate anything. I wanted to. Yes, they had a secret McDonald's toy to go with all of the rest of them. I'm just gonna have to stop by McDonald's at some point and order a shake and ask if they have a Tails toy.
Get a Happy Meal, honey.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll
split it.
Just get a Happy Meal.
Mm-hmm. Just be like that guy in the My Little Pony video. I want Rainbow Dash.
I want Rainbow Dash. Give me Twilight Sparkle and Fluttershy. Yay! Yay!
But yes, Supersonic does appear in this movie in the climax, and he does not disappoint because, oh my gosh.
He got super excited. He literally yelled in the theater, "Yes!"
And then he's going buck wild on the egg roll. I was just like, kick his ass!
I can confirm.
Yes, she was a witness.
He got super excited. His inner fanboy came out.
We were riffing occasionally on this, but it wasn't any louder than the kids in the audience. So
yeah, there was literally a kid that was sitting right next to us that was repeating pretty much everything that people laughed at, loudly and without repose. But typical kid.
I digress. In terms of spoilers, I can say. Second half of the movie and onward, we did get more fan stuff. I couldn't believe the wedding. They didn't show. They showed the clips online regarding the wedding, and
mostly just the fact that Sonic crashing the wedding with a big avalanche of snow through a ring.
They don't show what happens after that, and oh my god, it was...
I have a whole new respect for the sister.
Yes, Rachel.
What was her name, Rachel?
Rachel, she's getting married in this one, and...
Oh my god, I love Rachel. I'll be like, yes, girl, yes! You kick his ass.
Yeah, they find out the whole wedding. Throughout the entire movie, they've been setting up this wedding, going to Hawaii and everything, and then when Sonic and Tails crash the wedding, no pun intended. They're revealed. It's Olive Garden guy from the first movie is back, and reveals that he's part of Gun.
He's Gun.
He's Gun.
He's Gun.
Gun is back. Gun is in the movie.
Yes.
And
hello Sonic Adventure.
Hello Sonic Adventure. This whole movie had a Sonic Adventure-y vibe to it, even though it was borrowing story elements from Sonic 3, but
it borrowed a lot of elements from different games. There was Sonic 2. There was a little bit of Sonic 3 in there with the Mushroom World. There was Sonic Heroes with the team up and the eventual team up in the end, which
was awesome to watch.
Made me so happy to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I was seriously wondering, like, when Angel Island popped up, I'm just like, ooh, is Perfect Chaos going to come out of that?
Didn't quite happen, but we did get the Labyrinth Zone.
Which was a literal labyrinth.
Oh, yes. I was expecting David Bowie to be at the end of it and go, "You remind me of the Babe."
Swirling his balls around.
Mm-hmm.
While showing off his own.
Yep.
Like you do.
Indeedy. So Rachel's wedding gets ruined. She finds out her husband was a gun agent who set her up.
Operation Catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, did she not like that.
And she catches up to her would-be husband after that. She has this badass moment where she's like,
she drives a freaking golf cart into a display of speakers. It explodes, and she's like slow walking away from it, and he's just like,
"Ooh,
damn, what a woman!" Guaranteed, he popped a stiffy at that point.
Oh yes. They're playing Barracuda in the background. Ooh, yeah, Barracuda.
Barracuda. Boom.
And yeah, she does. Yeah, she does get her happy ending. I was surprised to say, oh yeah, I could get these lousy human characters on the side that everybody else hates. You can actually get invested in them.
It was kind of surprising though, because I'm just like, wait a minute. I thought she was gonna get married to Wade because of that one deleted scene where they kind of had their little flirting moment.
Oh yeah.
But I'm guessing that's why it was a deleted scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was deleted. Didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
So
unless you're a nerd like us and get and watch everything.
Yeah. So we get. She gets her payoff, and eventually there comes a point where Robotnik basically, we do have a fight between Sonic and Knuckles. It does not disappoint. But then Robotnik backstabs Knuckles, takes the emerald, and we have the creation of the Egg Robo, which you have to team up. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles now. Sonic Hero mode.
Sonic Heroes.
And
they literally said the thing. It's like Knuckles has power, Sonic is speed, and Tails is flight. And I'm just like, it's Sonic Heroes.
It's turned into Sonic Heroes, and but it also gave me that climax as especially that scene where they're fighting off the egg robots. There were some buzz bombers in there. There were white sort of iPad looking buzz bombers, but I'll take them as buzz bombers.
Yeah.
And
they actually did have the badniks in there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It was pretty cool to see those original like stinger designs from Sonic 1. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like nostalgia, yeah.
Yay! And so we get to that whole battle scene, it felt like there was a moment where they were fighting those things off, and it did feel like a Marvel Avengers moment there. They're just like, okay, you got the whole team assembled now. Let's show them all. It would have been great if they had a panning shot in there like they do with the Avengers movies. Spoiler alert: they do have those nice one shots where they show each of the characters kicking ass in their own way.
They kind of did have that with that whole long shot where they were just describing how they were going to attack the egg robo.
Oh yeah, I'm a sucker for moments like that where it's like, okay, the team is together now. Here's what we're gonna do, and everything lived up to its expectations. Yeah, Supersonic shows up. After one hell of a Jim Carrey can take one hell of a gut punch.
Although he can't hold on to his gem though.
He can't hold on to his family jewels.
Yeah, Knuckles literally punched the emerald out of him. And they punched him back, and he punched him back into his original coat design too.
Oh yeah, that was I was kind of digging the green look. For a moment there.
Yeah, the synthesized voice was kind of though.
Yeah, so it was a movie that I think I think all in all it did get a thumbs up from both of us, but we have to talk about the end scene.
Yep, the after credits scene.
Mid credits in this case because kids can't wait. Apparently, Gunn has done some digging through Robotnik's hard drives and revealed the coordinates to the coordinates to a space station. Guess who's on the space station? Guess who's on the space station?
A very foul-mouthed hedgehog.
Who's gonna blow up the whole damn planet?
And find those damn Chaos Emeralds. Maybe with guns.
Maybe.
And look for Maria!
Shadow is
confirmed.
Is confirmed for the next movie.
Completely obvious to anybody that's kind of been paying attention. Because it's just like, well, he is the next logical character to come in. I mean, we had Tails and Knuckles for this one, so now it's just like, gotta go into Sonic Adventure territory, gotta bring in Shadow. Although I am curious if the next one's going to have jiggle physics. And it also kind of plays into the whole thing about the first one focused on family, second one, Sonic has his friends. Now I'm wondering if they're going to shoehorn in a relationship, like what they kind of did with How to Train Your Dragon kind of thing.
Oh, so maybe, by jiggle physics, she's talking about Rouge the boobs.
Yeah.
But
if they don't put Rouge the Bat in there, they're doing a huge disservice, but I know that they are going to because it's logical. Anytime you have Shadow, you tend to have Rouge. And the robot Omega.
Oh yeah. He's got to show up in there. I'm really wanting also Amy Rose to finally make her debut in this franchise as well.
Wouldn't it be funny if they kind of have like another portal where the Sat AM characters kind of come in?
Just like Sally Acorn shows up.
And we have those two weird robots.
The Adventures universe is over here.
Yes. We have Sat AM and Adventures just colliding, and Sonic's just like, what the fuck?
that was one thing they did hint at with Robotnik saying, I will take over this world, then the universe, then the multiverse. And I was like, okay, you set up a multiverse now. What are you going to do?
They're going to go the Spider-Man route and just have a bunch of alternate Sonics everywhere. Into the Sonicverse. Where Jaleel White says, that's no good.
And eventually we'll get around to, but what's the Sonic Underground? We don't talk about that.
That would be an interesting way to kind of reference Generations then. Having a modern version and a classic version Sonic.
or like you mentioned before, having time travel like they did in Sonic CD.
Yeah, Sonic CD. I'm kind of wondering if they're actually going to do like reference that one since they referenced Adventure and Heroes in this one. So, well, as well as Sonic 2 and 3. So that would be interesting to see.
Oh yeah. Fun fact: I did actually like Sonic Lost World and Generations. I know fans are toxic about those. Semi.
Oh my gosh, if they mention Sonic 06 in this next one, they gotta do it. Even just for a joke, they gotta do it.
Or what if
Like if Pretzel Lady is knocked out and Sonic has to save her and he's just like, just so you know, I ain't gonna kiss you.
or if they have that credit song, no matter what, I'll find you. You're my destiny. I like that song.
In other words, they've got a lot to play with, and I'm curious to see if Stone will become the next quote unquote Robotnik, because especially considering Carrie's planning on retiring, so the producers of Sonic 3 aren't even really planning on asking him to try to reprise his role for 3. So I'm wondering if they're either going to try to go for a different actor that's like going to be like the representation of a chubbier Robotnik, or if they're just going to try to kind of shoehorn Stone into the role, because, and I know this is already the spoiler alert territory, but when Wade, the police officer, was kind of checking in on the Mean Bean coffee shop, Stone was kind of going through different costumes for Robotnik, and the fat suit was one of them. So it was a neat little reference. But I'm just wondering if they're kind of trying. Like, we get he's got like this huge man crush on Carrie's character on Robotnik.
He's probably got some artwork stashed away of him.
Yeah,
somewhere.
So I'm honestly just wondering, because at the end, spoiler alert territory, but he was dressed as one of the gun operatives, so he obviously survived the crash of the destruction of the egg robo. We don't know if Carrie did, so I'm just curious to see how they're going to reprise the villain in the next one. If they're just gonna go the Sonic Adventure route and just use Perfect Chaos, or if they're gonna actually try to use him as like the next Robotnik / Eggman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have a theory. Carrie he's only been talking about retirement. But he did specifically say Hollywood has to come to me with a big golden script and whatnot. I'm like, dude, you now have the hearts of a new generation of kids. You're not going to walk away from that paycheck. Your grandchildren play these games, sir. Think about that in that rational part of your brain. There are some things that have to work, but if it doesn't happen that way, well, I think we have the making of a good franchise here. I want to see what they do with not just Sonic 3, but they're already talking about what on Paramount Plus is going to be a Knuckles series, which
it would be nice to kind of expand the lore between Longclaw's clan and Knuckles and the Echidna clan, just to kind of see where that whole feud started. And like, I knew from the games, it was the Echidna tribe that was kind of designated as the guardians of the Master Emerald. But it's like, where does the whole Owl clan come into play, and what's their story behind it? I would love to see a little spin-off thing where they just kind of go between Longclaw's clan and Knuckles' clan.
You know what? Considering where this movie goes with, especially with Knuckles' backstory, Yes, he was president at Longclaw's attack. That was his father. If they're gonna go into a Knuckles series, they're probably gonna address that.
It would be interesting to see what happened during that whole thing too. Like I don't know if they're gonna do like a whole
It's the Clone Wars
featurette or something with what happened that day that Longclaw essentially fell. But it's like he's saying, "Oh, my whole tribe was wiped out." So it's just like, how did Longclaw manage that? She was like severely outnumbered and wounded. On top of that, so
She's an owl. She's badass like that.
she's a hooter. Yay! She used her hooter magic.
And yeah, it's basically there's a rumor about a Tales movie, which if it's anything like what's set up here with talking about Tales being the geek in his tribe and being laughed at, I can see this. I can see sort of a Revenge of the Nerds type of movie being set up there.
Mm-hmm.
Only with foxes.
Yay!
So why not?
Why not?
So that's all. I guess all we have to say about this. This was a fun little vlog. This is a fun little experiment. Well, let's see about where everything goes from here.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, like I usually say on our live streams, have fun on the internet.
And ciao for now.
Bye. dot.